All right, you know what time it is. Live from the Bare Muscle Garage, it's time for Fit Crew. What do we got in store for you today? Let's go ahead and share this on screen. So today we've got a classic descending ladder, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, burpee, box jump overs, and clean and jerks. We may be looking at this thinking, man, box jumps are kind of intimidating to me, and that barbell seems kind of heavy. Don't worry, guys. As always, we're going to warm up really well, and we're going to go through all the options that will allow you to do this workout or your version of it right where you are, using what you have and doing what you can. But let's go ahead and start this general warm up, which is going to activate the muscles that we're going to be using in today's workout. And the first move that we're doing today is the pigeon. And let's have Pippi demonstrate the pigeon for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the pigeon is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's sink into the pigeon on this side. So on this pigeon, we are laying face down. We've got the one leg up and across the chest, other leg back, and we are sinking into this pose here, which opens up those hips, activates the glutes, and relieves issues that might be going on with the IT band. And let's go ahead and switch sides here. So we're going to get the other leg up and across the chest, other leg back. And on this pigeon, we do this especially when there's a squat-based movement, such as what we'll be doing possibly today. We're going to be mostly power cleaning, but we're also going to be receiving that bar in a quarter squat. And so this very same activation that we're doing that helps us with front squats and things like that is actually going to benefit us in the movement that we are doing. So good job on this pigeon. Next, we're going to do some bird dogs. And let's go ahead and have Twin One demonstrate 2 bird dogs for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the bird dog is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in here and let's do 10 bird dogs together. Now, it could be that being on our knees and hands is a bit hard on those wrists and the joints, in which case we may choose to do the dead bug. Let's have Twin One demonstrate here. That's where we're laying on our back. We've got those arms in the air, knees in the air, and then we're going to lower opposite arm, opposite leg, while keeping the other arm and leg stationary. But if we're doing the bird dog as prescribed, we're on hands and knees, raising opposite arm, opposite leg, holding the top there for about 2 seconds before switching sides. So good job on these bird dogs or dead bugs, whichever is better for us. Next, we're going to get the calves ready for action. Let's go ahead and have bird dog demonstrate 2 reps of the dynamic calf stretch for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then we're actually going to do some dynamic elbows like this. So let's everyone join in here and let's do 10 of the dynamic calf stretch on each side. Now, it could be that this is a bit hard on the wrist, doing this off the ground, in which case we may choose to do this off of an inclined surface. Let's have bird dog demonstrate here. We could be off of a counter, off a sofa, or even off the wall, but we're going to be in an inclined pike, bending the one knee, pushing that back heel into the ground. But if we're doing this off the ground as prescribed, we've got those hips piked up, we're bending the one knee, pushing the back heel into the ground, holding that for about 2 seconds before switching sides. So good job here on this dynamic calf. Next, we got some walk the floors. Let's go ahead and have Pippi demonstrate one walk the floor for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the walk the floor is going to look like this. So let's all join in and let's do 5 walk the floors together. Now, it could be that getting all the way down, chest and thighs to the ground is a challenge, in which case we got some options for you. We can do the walk the floor down to the plank. And let's have Pippi demonstrate. We're going to reach down, touch those toes, walk out to a plank, walk those hands back, and then reach back at the top. Or it could be that we need to do this off of an inclined surface, such as a sofa or a counter or even the wall, but we're going to get our feet up against an inclined surface. Then we're going to get our hands down, take a couple steps back, and then a couple steps forward, and then we clap overhead. But if we're doing the walk the floor as prescribed, we are reaching down, getting those chest and thighs to the ground, and then standing all the way back up, reaching back at the top. And we definitely want to make sure to brace that core on the way back up. So when we're on the ground, we take a deep breath in, press on that belly as we are leading with the hips, walking that back. So good job on whatever version of the walk the floor is better for us. Next, we got some squat jumps. First, let's have twin 1 demonstrate 2 air squats for us. And now let's see 2 squat jumps, really controlling it on the way down and then exploding through the heels on the way up. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then those squat jumps are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 5 air squats followed by 5 squat jumps. So we definitely want to do the air squat first to really get that range of motion dialed in. And we want to think slow on the way down. And then we are adding some speed on the way up. And if it could be that, you know what, jumping is just not good for me in my situation right now, in which case we don't even need to do those last 5 squat jumps. We can just add some speed on the way up as our circumstances allow. But after those first 5 air squats, we are then going to add some speed and explosion with those hips, super slow on the way down, driving through the heel on the way up. We actually want to powerfully explode off the heels, landing in a bit of a quarter squat on the way back down as well. So good job here on these squats and possibly jumps, if that's what our circumstances allow. Next, we're going to get a nice sturdy surface that we feel comfortable stepping up onto. That's sturdy. It's not going to move whether we are stepping or potentially jumping later. And it also has to be a good height for us that we feel comfortable stepping or potentially jumping to that height. So with this in mind, we're going to do some step overs. And let's go ahead and have Bird Dog demonstrate 2 step overs for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then these step overs are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 step overs here. Now it could be that, you know what, I don't have room to step down on the other side of this object, in which case that's okay. We could just do some step ups, just like we see twin one doing here, stepping both feet up into the direction of safety and then stepping back down. But if we do happen to have an object that we have space to step up and then step down on the other side, that is ideal, whether it's a sturdy plyo box or a footstool with a wide base or whatever the case. Let's use what we have, do what we can, but let's be smart and safe about it as well. So good job here on the step ups, step overs, whatever our circumstances allow. Next, we're gonna grab a broomstick and we are going to have Pippi demonstrate 2 pass-throughs for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the pass-throughs are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 pass-throughs together. So on these pass-throughs, we've got a nice wide grip on that broomstick. And we're gonna pull it up and over, all the way around, touching that lower back in the back, belly button in the front, and Bird Dog knows the secret to a good pass-through is that smile, which relaxes the muscles and helps us to have a nice fluid range of motion. And so good job here on these pass-throughs. Next, we're going to do some deadlifts. And first, we're going to have Bird Dog show us how we're going to hold this thing. We're going to have a hook grip on there, meaning we've got the thumb wrapped around, the fingers are over the thumb, and we've got those hands actually close in today since we're doing cleans. And so let's go ahead and see 2 deadlifts. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then with the same hook grip, we're going to do some deadlifts like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 deadlifts together. So on these deadlifts, at the start of the deadlift, we've got those feet close together underneath the hips. The hips are low, the chest is up, shoulders back. We're looking straight ahead. And we're going to take a deep breath in and brace that core, pressing out with our belly as we drive the ground away, getting to a fully standing, locked out position with the shoulders back at the top. And notice how we're not doing anything with the arms right now. We're just focusing on the legs and the hips, and the arms are just kind of holding that broomstick in place. So good job here on the deadlifts. Next, we've got some power cleans. Let's go ahead and have twin one demonstrate 2 power cleans for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the power clean is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 power cleans together. So on these power cleans, we're starting in the same position as that deadlift, except once we reach those knees, we are going to explode like we were doing in those squat jumps. We're going to pop that up with the power of the hips, get those shoulders back, flip the elbows nice and high, and get that bar into what's called the rack position on those shoulders. Fast elbows and high elbows. Now, if this is a lot of jump and land for us, then we don't necessarily need to jump and land. We can do some muscle cleans. And let's have twin one show us what the muscle clean looks like. So we're going to start low, pop those hips, get it up to the shoulders. Same starting position, same finishing position, just without the jump and the land. So good job here on these power cleans or muscle cleans, whichever is better for us. Next, we've got some strict press, and let's go ahead and have Bird Dog demonstrate 2 reps of the strict press for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the strict press is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 strict press. So on the strict press, we're going to start with those feet close together underneath the hips, and those hands got a full grip on the bar right outside the shoulders, elbows pointed forward and up. Then we're going to take a deep breath in as we press the head through and press those arms back, getting the biceps into the ears at the top of the motion. And then on the way back down, getting those elbows nice and high in that rack position. So good job on the strict press. Next, we've got some push press. We're going to start to get those hips and legs involved. Let's go ahead and get Pippi to demonstrate 2 reps of the push press for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then that push press is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the push press together. So on this push press, we're starting in the same way as that strict press, except we're going to start with a little bit of a dip, bending those hips and those knees, and then we're going to drive press, lock that out overhead. And notice we're doing just 1 dip for now. We'll talk about that double dip later as we get into the push jerk. But right now, we really want to focus on the timing of that extension and getting those hips and legs involved, waiting until we get to the full extension of the hips before pressing with those arms. And so good job here on the push press. And finally, here in the activation phase, we've got the push jerk. Let's go ahead and have Twin One demonstrate 2 reps of the push jerk for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the push jerk is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the push jerk together. So on that push jerk, we are starting with a bit of a dip, and then we are going to jump and punch into a second dip. And we know this takes some practice here. And so let's spend a little bit of time practicing this timing, hitting that dip, jumping, punching into another dip, but then also making sure that we stand to finish. We want to make sure that we stand and lock that out before bringing the arms down. And so there's a lot going on here on this jerk. Let's take a couple more minutes to practice this timing. We hit that dip, jump and punch into another dip, and then we stand to finish. Good job here on the push jerk, and we're going to still keep working on that timing there. And let's jump and punch at the same time there, Millicent. We hit that dip, jump and punch. We'll get there. Much better. Well, that is it for the activation phase. Now we're going to move on to the movement prep, which is where we're going to practice specifically the 2 moves that we are doing in today's workout. The first move is burpee box jump overs. And let's go ahead and have Twin One demonstrate 2 reps of the burpee box jump over for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then I'd like us to grab a light dumbbell, and that burpee box jump over is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 5 reps of the burpee box jump over here. Now notice swing one has a setup where, hey, I'm not necessarily stepping down on the other side of a box, in which case, then yes, we can hit just that burpee box jump and there's no need to come to full extension in this particular case, since we're replicating the feel of a burpee box jump over. We've got Pippi, for instance, who has the space to hit that burpee, hit a jump, and step down on the other side. Now we've got some options here if getting all the way down to the ground is a bit of a challenge. We can do the burpee down to the plank. Let's have Pippi demonstrate here. And so we get our hands on the ground and either jump or step those feet back to a plank. And then we jump or step forward. And then optionally, we can jump or step over the box. Or it could be that, you know what, I just need to do some incline burpees here. If that's the case, let's not worry about the jump or the step over option of it. We'll just do those incline burpees. And let's actually have Bird Dog demonstrate a couple incline burpees here. So we're going to get our hands on the box, take a couple steps back. Optionally, we include a push-up, getting that chest to touch, get the feet forward, and then clap overhead. And then once again, to reiterate, if we're doing the incline burpee option, no need to worry about step overs in this particular case. But good job here on whatever version of the burpee box jump over, or maybe we're doing the burpee down to the plank, or maybe we're doing incline burpees. Lots of options here. The second move that we are doing today is clean and jerks, specifically power clean and push jerk. Each rep starting from the ground and then jumping and punching overhead. Let's have twin one demonstrate 2 reps of the clean and jerk for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the clean and jerk is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the clean and jerk together. So on the clean and jerk, we are starting from the ground, or at least from below our knee, if we happen to have not full-size plates on that bar. But then we are going to jump that up to the shoulders and then punch that overhead. And notice how we're being efficient with our bar movement. We're going straight from the catch of the clean, quote unquote, to the jump and punch of the jerk. Now, for many of us, we need to kind of separate this move out into 2 separate moves. Let's have twin one demonstrate here, hitting that power clean with a pause, and then hitting the push jerk. If we need to practice that way for now, that's okay for now. But ideally, we're going to be going straight from the catch of the clean into the jump and punch of the jerk. Let's see a couple more reps with that efficient bar cycling. Boom, catch, boom, jump and punch. That's where we want to get to eventually with this bar motion. So good job on these clean and jerks, whichever version is better for us. Well, now it's ramp up time. If you've been earning badges and you'd like to add some weight to do either the scaled, intermediate, or RX weight in today's workout, then let's start to gradually add some weight, doing about 3 to 5 practice reps of those clean and jerks, adding a little bit of weight each time until we get to the weight that we want to use for the workout. But if we have not been earning badges, or we're just getting back into this after a long time off, then please, let's not add any weight. That broomstick is going to be more than enough for us today. It's very important that we have the right form and consistency with all our habits before we've earned the right to add or reintroduce intensity, such as by adding weight or going fast. And whether we're adding weight or not, let's pay close attention to the following checklist. Number one, please make sure your device is fully charged or plugged in so we can get through this whole workout without losing you. Number two, let's grab some water. Let's take a sip. And let's make sure we got our water nearby so we can take a sip as needed all throughout the workout. Number three, I'm going to give everyone a 3, 2, 1, go countdown. And that's how you can synchronize your timer with mine if you choose to use one. Number four, music. Super important. We need a couple fight songs that are going to pump us up and help us to get it done. And I want to say less than 3 fight songs today. So what's on your playlist? You can blast your music as loud as you want, as long as you can still hear me helping you throughout the workout. And lastly, how are we keeping track of these rounds? This is a 5-round workout. The reps are starting high and they're going low. And we've got 2 different compound movements. It's easy to lose track of what's coming up next, unless you are a teacher's pet. In which case, if you are, let's see that whiteboard on screen that you came prepared. You've got the workout written down. You are ready to go. And we are about to take this teacher's pet picture. So here we go. Teacher's pet picture in 3, 2, 1. Got it just in time. All right, so I'm going to bring the workout back on screen one more time, and then we'll get going. So in just about a minute, we're going to start this timer, and we're about to do this 5-round descending ladder workout, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 of burpee box jump overs and clean and jerks. Specifically, we're going to do 10 burpee box jump overs, followed by 10 clean and jerks, 8 burpee box jump overs, 8 clean and jerks, 6 and 6, 4 and 4, 2 and 2. Now, it could be that, hey, we're not doing the burpee box jump over. Maybe we're just doing incline burpees. And you know what? That's fine for us. Or it could be that we're scaling the burpee, doing the burpee down to the plank, and maybe doing step overs. That's also completely fine. Let's pick the option that's good for us. That's going to help us to hit today's target window. On the clean and jerks, we are not adding weight unless we've been earning badges. And if we have been earning badges, then let's definitely add appropriate weight that helps us to move well with all the points of performance that we talked about in the warm-up. So your score today is going to be the time it takes to get through these 5 rounds of descending reps of burpee box jump overs and clean and jerks, starting with 10 in the first round, working our way down to 2 in the last round. If you are good to go, give me a thumbs up over here and we'll get this started. I'm going to give us a 10-second countdown, and then I'm going to highlight Pippi to get us going. So here we go. 10 burpee box jump overs, 10 clean and jerks, and then it's all downhill from there. Starting in 10 seconds. Let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. And we are off on these burpee box jump overs. All the way down, all the way up. And let's remember to keep that core nice and tight. We get on the ground, we take a deep breath in, brace that belly as we're coming up. Whether we're getting all the way to the ground or maybe we're doing the plank, whether we are jumping, whether we are stepping, maybe we are doing incline burpees. Whatever the case, let's do what is good for us. And I love to see the power of consistency, the power of progress. We got Mighty Mouse doing everything prescribed from the standing position. After this set of 10, we are going to move on to some clean and jerks. It looks like we've got Millicent already on some clean and jerks, keeping it close, jumping, punching overhead. Mighty Mouse about to join in there. And let's get below those knees every time, and then boom, press that out. Bird dog on that bar, swing one on that bar, jumping, punching, going straight from the catch of the clean into that punch of the jerk. Working on that barbell cycling. Deep breath in before each rep. Breathe out at the top. Getting that head through. Burpee as well on that bar. Keeping it close. Popping those hips, flipping those elbows, punching it through. So nice work here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Finishing off the round of 10. Then going to be moving on to the round of 8. Looks like we've got Mighty Mouse diving into this round of 8. Millicent on this round of 8. And let's challenge ourselves there, Millicent. I know you're including the push-up, but I don't know if maybe we can get a lower surface. That looks kind of easy for you on those burpees. And then we got Bird Dog on this round of 8. Twin one and Burpee just finishing off that bar. Burpee diving into the round of 8. And there goes twin one. So let's breathe, let's move, let's get through this here, guys. So far, everyone is on track to finish within today's target window. And the target window is the best way to know if we made the right choices, if we challenged ourselves the right amount. As we earn badges, we look into adding weight and using more challenging movement options. And we want to do so to the extent that, yes, we can add some weight, do some challenging movement options, but still finish within the target window of time. Not too much over, not too much under. That's how we know we hit the mark in today's training. So most of us cycling this bar in this round of 8 or getting to it, keeping it close, jumping, punching overhead. But nice work here, guys, getting through it. Twin one just finishing off those burpees, getting to that bar. Burpee just getting to that bar as well. But Millicent and Mighty Mouse making their way down on the round of 6 now. And we usually say the round of 6 is the bridge in a 10-8-6-4-2. The rounds of 10 and 8 tend to feel pretty similar in effort. 6 is where it starts to feel like, okay, I'm making some progress here. Making our way down. Bird Dog as well. But we're keeping the bar close on these clean and jerks. Pressing that head through, pressing those arms back. Keeping it close, punching it out. Nice work here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Getting down, getting up, breathing and bracing through it. And it looks like Millicent and Mighty Mouse on the lightning rounds. Those rounds of 4 and 2 go by in the blink of an eye. Mighty Mouse on it. About to hit the 4 clean and jerks. Millicent as well. On this round of 4, keeping it close. Fast elbows, high elbows. Almost everyone finishing off the round of 6. Or perhaps getting into the 4. Bird Dog looks like on this 4 now. But nice work here, guys. Mighty Mouse on this last round of 2. And we know what to do as we finish. We hit that buzzer, we yell time, we cheer on our family. So Mighty Mouse, boom, across the finish line. Millicent finishing off that last burpee, about to get to that bar. Boom. Bam! Both Mighty Mouse, Millicent toward the lower end of this target window. Bird Dog diving into the last round here. Picking up that bar for what looks like the last time. Boom. Pow. And there goes Bird Dog across the finish line. And let's cheer on Pippi and Twin One, moving some serious weight. Doing the full burpee box jump over movement. Not easy. Still well within today's target window. And Pippi about to pick up that bar for the last time. Twin One on the last couple burpee box jump overs here. There goes Pippi with 1. Pippi with 2. There we go. Twin One. Quick breather, moving that heavy weight. Boom. And there goes Twin One. Finishing off the round of 4, it looks like. And now on this last round, let's cheer on Twin One.
Go, Denise! Last round! Go, go! Woo.
And getting to that bar for the last time here. Still very much in the sweet spot of the target window.
You
Boom,
got it.
there goes 1.
Go ahead. Twin One, you got it.
And last rep feeling. Nothing like it. Well, that was awesome as always. But now we're at the best part of the workout, which is the cool down stretch. And this stretch is super important to help us fight soreness, increase flexibility, so we can come back day after day, staying consistent and committed. So the first stretch we're going to do today is the child's pose stretch. That's going to be where we get those arms forward, hips back, and we are sinking into this pose like this. Bonus points if we can get our arms up and sink from an elevated position. And while we're doing this, let's reflect on the workout. Let's do some high-low buffalo. So let's hear first from Pippi. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're going to get those arms up and pull back like this. But what is your high-low buffalo, Pippi?
So my high would probably be the clean. Clean jerk. And low would be, well, burpees are always tough, but maybe jumping in bare feet. Even though I was on the carpet, I just had to be a little bit more careful when I was, jumping up on the my stool there. And buffalo, I did pick a challenging weight for me for the WOD, and so I stuck with it, and I was happy that I did pick that weight. So felt good about that.
As always, safety first, and yes, agreed. You had a very good both movement selection and weight selection, ending right in the sweet spot of that target time zone. So good job, Pippi. Let's go ahead and switch to puppy dog. So first we're back here. Now we're over here. Hips over knees, chest into the ground, sinking into it like this. And while we're doing this, let's hear from bird dog. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're going to get the hands on the shoulder blades and pull back like this. But what is your high-low buffalo bird dog?
Well, my high was the clean and jerks. I did a little more weight than last time, so glad I got to keep that the whole time. Low was the burpees. However, my buffalo was, I like the step over in between. It was almost like a mini break. So that made me not hate the burpees as much. So kind of a low, but also bled into my buffalo. So it was a good workout.
So glad that you were brave to say that out loud, because you know what I'm going to say. Hey, we need to do something about that mini break. We need to increase the challenge of that movement for you. You knew that to be true. You knew that. So we'll figure that out for next time. But good job, bird dog. Let's go ahead and thread the needle. We've got the one arm forward, other arm through, sinking into it like this. And while we're doing this, let's hear from twin one. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're getting the one arm across the chest and pulling back like this. But what is your high-low buffalo, twin one?
My high were the burpees. The low was the clean and jerk. It was really burning. I had to take breaths in between. But I stuck with the weight that I chose. So I'm happy about that.
I'm happy with that too. Sometimes we second guess ourselves, and hey, maybe we do need to go down in weight, or maybe we just need to think about our rep strategy, take more strategic breaks. And as evidenced by you finishing right in the sweet spot of the target time, that means you made the right choice. So good job, twin one. And let's go ahead and thread the needle on the other side. We got the other arm forward, other arm through, sinking into it like this. And while we're doing this, let's hear from Millicent. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we are getting the other arm across, pulling back like this. But what is your high-low buffalo, Millicent?
My high was being able to do the clean and jerks and to be able to go up in the weight when we did it orange wide. My low is that my arms are still a little weak, so it's hard for me to actually do the burpees from the ground. But my buffalo is that when I was doing the step back burpees, I was able to go down for the push-ups. It was a little hard because I had something in my face that keeps me from going all the way down, but the fact that I could push down and then push myself back up, I'm really happy that that is improving. And that's it.
Always happy to see your progress as well, Millicent. And yes, there's lots of different ways for us to push to get better. So that's our WOD, that's our stretch, that's our high-low buffalo. You know what's left, the sweaty selfie. Because let's discount if we don't take that selfie. Let's flex on the camera and let's take this selfie. Sweaty selfie in 3, 2, 1. And crazy face. Fist in the middle for the cheer. On 3, 2 claps. Fit crew. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
It grew.
Woo.
It grew
Woo.
so much If you enjoy this program, then please give this channel a subscribe, a like, and a share. Thank you very much, and see you next time.